Hello and welcome to this week's show. My name is Gail Moffat and I am able to connect to many people from the Bible era and the angelic realm and of course God. So I am, so if you are interested in any of these videos, don't forget to subscribe so that you can always be kept abreast of what's happening and be notified when I place a new video out there. And so let's see what God has to say, because he is standing by the side of me. He is saying to me that he has thought long and hard about today's video, and he feels that today's video could cause a little bit of controversy, and perhaps for some people they won't agree with his words. But he says, nevertheless, the words that he chooses to speak are words that he feels are essential for the progression of mankind, because he wants mankind to fully appreciate and understand his world. He doesn't want mankind to be in the or blinded by the truth. And so he's decided that today is the day when he will come forward with an aspect of his world that he feels that on the one hand he's going to enjoy imparting the information, but he does know that there will be some people who are against his words. And he is saying to me that when he decided for man to be created, he knew that man would take some time for their evolvement to take place, and he knew that he would have to be patient. And his patience has spanned many years, and he is saying that he feels now that man has reached a point where they are far better than they ever could be. And this is why he has decided that he will change some of the infrastructure that exists today. He says today we are all comfortable in the environment that we live in. For instance, if you live on the earth plane, this is an environment that you are used to. This is an environment that you feel comfortable in. And of course, if you live in my world, you will eventually get comfortable to that world as well. And what he's noticed is for some people it is difficult to make those changes and those adjustments. In other words, to accept taking on a new life, or perhaps death from your world and coming to my world. And he wants to explain something that he feels is vital for the understanding of life itself. And he says that when someone comes to his world, they come to his world not as the person that they were in your world. They come as an accumulation of all the lives that they have lived. For each soul has indeed lived many lives, and these lives will be repeated time and time again. And in these multiple lives, he says that the soul, the spirit, is an accumulation of all those lives. And so when they arrive in my world, he says, sometimes a spirit can feel a little bit confused as to why they feel so different from what they are used to in living on the earth plane. And the reason why they will feel different is simply because they now feel and understand the different lives that they've led. And some lives may be as a male, and some lives will actually be female. And so this is why for some people they struggle with their identity of their own gender. And he says that he wants to change some of this. He wants people to feel that transition more easily. And so he's going to make some adjustments to how people pass to his world. And what he's going to do is he's going to have a series of meetings with your spirit prior to you passing. And these meetings will be explanatory to the soul, so that the soul fully understands what is about to happen. And he says these meetings will take place over the course of between 1 month and 6 months, where every life will be explained to the soul. And so that when a soul comes over to my world, they will fully understand the differences and the complexities and the nuances of their multiple lives. And he feels that this will help with their adjustment and adjusting to his world, and that a soul will feel more at ease once they step foot in his world. He feels that with this new way of working, he feels that this will not only help with the adjustment of coming to his world, but it will also help with the adjustment of accepting death. Because what he's saying is that there will reach a point in your understanding, there will be a knowledge that you will be passing, and it will be a subtle knowledge within your being. It won't be it won't be an intense knowledge, but it will be subtle. And that subtlety will allow people to perhaps start to navigate clearing away some of the difficulties of their life, and organising their life in a way that will help them feel comfortable in passing. Because what he wants is he wants all of man to feel comfortable in their death, and comfortable in their new rebirth into his world. And he's saying to me that the same applies when a soul comes to his world, to our world, to the earth plane. He has witnessed many souls be very scared and apprehensive of a new birth, of a new life in our world. And he's witnessed this multiple times. And he feels that it's important to make this transition a little bit easier for man, because he doesn't want man to suffer unnecessarily. He says that man goes through enough suffering without having to add any additional suffering. So he is organising his world and reorganising his world so that this suffering doesn't take place. He's saying to me that what he will be doing with souls that are coming to his world is that he will be, they will be having a sort of like a tutorial in his world, and they will be having lessons and advice and support and help in his world to enable them to feel more at ease at taking on this a new life. And he feels that through these changes and through these different ways of working, he feels that man will feel more at ease at the transition from one world to the next. He wants to also state very clearly that he is very happy with man, and he feels that man's willingness to take on multiple lives and to learn and sort of multiply and to also create an understanding of life, he feels is an exceptional talent for man, and he's rather proud of man, how man has evolved. And if it hadn't have been for the continual acceptance that man needs to be to live different lives and learn different experiences, then he feels that man would not have grown to the point that where man is today. And so, he has a great deal of gratitude to man for the willingness of always going through this transition. And he feels it's his duty to bring about an easier transition. And he wants to make this announcement and let people know that this is what he will be doing. And for now, he would like to pray. It is my greatest wish that as man traverses between the two worlds, that they have an acceptance. They feel a joy of the new life wherever they are going to, and feel an acceptance that their lives will be well looked after by myself, that I will always have an interest in man, and I will always help and guide man wherever I can. This is my wish, and this is also my promise to mankind. And he's bowing his head and thanking you. So back to Gail. I find that quite incredible, and I have sort of witnessed examples of what he's saying through my connections, and I would like to say that this, I feel, is just another example of how God is so loving, and how God is so kind to always think of our needs and always try and support us through whatever we are doing. I think we're very lucky. I always say that we're very lucky to have the God that we have, the person that created all of us. Can you imagine if somebody else had done that and hadn't given us the attention that God gives to us? And I think that it's, I for one really appreciate everything that he does. And I know that he works exceptionally hard on our behalf, and not just mankind, but everything that is living, because everything that is living is his creation. And so I have to just continually thank him for everything that he does. But thank you for watching this video, and see you next time. Okay, bye bye.